Hello YouTubers, it's MagicTheGatheringUK here again, and today I'm going to be running through with you an Hour of Devastation live draft. This is from release day weekend. They were doing some drafts at my local game shop, so I thought I'd join in. So here we are, straight into pack number 1 then. Let's see what we get. Traveller's Amulet seems to be a good card. Puncturing Blow, decent removal. Ambuscade, good removal as well if you play green. Struggle to Survive, again pretty decent removal. Chaos Maw, not the best rare in the world. I think I had a choice here between a bunch of good removal, basically either Ambuscade or one of the red removal spells here. Was probably one thing, and of course the rare Chaos Maw. I think I go with Chaos Maw in the end. Yes, there I go. I don't think I would pick that again. I think it's just costs too much mana, but it is a great card if you're playing a deck with much bigger toughness creatures. But I probably shouldn't have picked that, honestly. We go pack number 2. Let's see what we get here. It's worth noting as well, this was only a 6-man draft. Only 6 people joined the draft. So unfortunately, it's only a 6-man, but still a draft nonetheless. I think I'll go with the Fervent Paincaster here. So you see me taking it to the front. Good pinger. Really useful card. Can use it to, deal 1 damage to a creature if you exert it, or just ping your opponent for 1. Pretty useful, I'd say. Plus I want to stay on colour there. There wasn't anything else in other colours I really fancied. So okay, the Hippo's pretty good. I like the Hippo. Angel's not bad. Vizier the Anointed. I like to try and stay on colour for a little bit for my first few picks. But I think I go with Grind to Dust here actually. Decent removal yet again. There's a lot of 1 toughness creatures in this format, so I think I prioritised things that deal damage to creatures, even if it's like -1/-1 counters, because, as I say, a lot of 1 toughness creatures seems pretty strong. Plus the Aftermath on that card is also extremely good if I do end up potentially going white, because I'm not set in stone on anything here. Worth pointing out as well, this is only my 5th draft I've ever done, and obviously my first ever Hour of Devastation draft, so don't think I'm the best at drafting, because I'm really not. I'm a new player when it comes to draft, I should say. So I'm learning, very much so. My card valuations may not be accurate. Here I'm bringing Puncturing Blow to the front. It's a pretty solid removal spell. Takes out a lot of the creatures in the format. Definitely a solid removal. Defiant Camera, not that exciting. Wasn't really anything else in the colours I'd already picked, so I went with the removal spell. Quite costly at 4 mana, but can take out some pretty nasty things, so that's what I went with. Here we go then, just waiting for the next pack here. So very solidly in red at this point, and second colour definitely open. Torment of Scarabs, a very, very solid card, I think. 4 mana for every single turn. They have to sack something, lose 3 life, or lose a card. Definitely seems super powerful in this format. So I believe that's what I go with here. Just does so much for 4 mana. There's very little enchantment removal in this set as well, so definitely seems good. Kefnet's Last Word as well. Probably should have gone with that, honestly. As it's super good and my colours were still open at this point, but I do take the Black Torment card there. Probably should have gone with Kefnet there. Kefnet's Last Word or whatever. That card is bonkers good. Getting to steal your opponent's best thing for 4 mana seems good, even though you can't untap your lands, but still. A lot of blue going around. At this point I should have probably been thinking I should have picked up the blue card. Not too much in this pack I'm interested in. Having a look at Swarm Intelligence there. Very interesting card. I think I go with Consign here. Consign Oblivion. If I end up blue-black, that's a possibility. Essentially unsummon on 2 creatures. Very strong in this format. Very strong in any format, I imagine. Removing 2 creatures from the battlefield. Next pack. See what we got. Ambuscade. Still in the pack somehow. I think it's a very strong card. If you're playing green, you really do want to pick up the Ambuscades if you see them. Yeah, Ambuscade definitely the best card in the pack. Either that or Traveler's Amulet, I feel. I don't actually know what I go with here. I take the Traveler's Amulet. Again, allows me to stay open with my current colours and basically fits in any deck if I need to do any splashing or anything like that. Maybe if I want to splash that blue card that I picked up. Just waiting for the next pack here. At this point I'm a bit confused about where my draft is going. I've picked up blue card, I've picked up a couple of blacks, I've picked up a bunch of red, but I'm not really seeing anything amazing coming my way at the moment. Safe pick with the Traveler's Amulet, the pack before. At this point I'd probably, if I redrafted again, I probably would have took the blue cards, like the Kefnet's Last Word, and then probably moved into blue, because there seems to be a lot of it going around. Here I pick up another blue card. Choice between the Vizier or the Strategic Planning. I really don't know how to value Vizier of the Anointed. I'm probably not valuing that correctly at all, but I take the draw spell, essentially. Card advantage, always good. So that's what I went with. So kind of a mixed draft at this point, really. Nothing really gelling. Another Vizier. This is our pack back, I believe. One of the ones from the start. Manticore Eternal at the front there. I'm reading the Vizier again. I don't really have any creatures with Eternalize or Embalm at this point, so that card's not really doing anything for me. I take the Manticore. The card's just solid beta. So at this point I'm starting to think that I'm moving into some sort of aggro deck here. That card definitely suggests aggro. Afflict is a very solid beatdown plan. Not much in this pack. An Unsummon, very strong card. But I'm missing a lot of creatures at this point. I don't think I've hardly picked any creatures, so I take the 2-drop, I think. Yeah, just take the Defiant Kenra. 2 for the 2/2. Not a great card, but definitely a nice filler. Nice curve filler as well. So that's what I went with. Just waiting for the next pack here. Yeah, so this is definitely looking like a aggro build. Potentially. Still a long way to go at this point. We still don't even know what our second colour is, really. We've picked up a couple of black cards, a few blue cards. Strategic Planning still in the pack. I think that's probably the best card out of these. Dejura's Reunation, or whatever it's called, isn't bad either. As a combat trick, I suppose. Or not a combat trick, but in an aggro deck it might be good. I think that's the one that taps 2 things, if I'm not mistaken. Not much left in here for us. The Kindle Fury might be good in aggro, but I take the Desert. Desert's a pretty solid pickups in general, and especially those ones. They allow you to cycle them late game if you don't need any more land. Disposal Mummy, Cunning Survivor. I take the Cunning Survivor. I've already picked a bunch of blue cards at this point, so just in case I do end up blue, I'll take the blue card there. So what's my final pack card in this pack? It is we'll find out in a minute, hopefully. Oh, there it is. Dauntless Haven. Pretty nice flying card there. Not too bad, but it is white, and we've not picked up any white at all in that pack. So it looks like we're either red, black, or red, blue at this point. Blue definitely looked a lot more open. I probably should have moved into blue as soon as I saw that Kefnet's Last Word, but I took the black card instead. I think black, red, aggro is extremely good in this format. So I think that was my thinking there. Chaos Maw, not a card I probably would have picked, but I wanted to try it out. In the end, I don't actually think I play the Chaos Maw. I think I left that in the sideboard. It's just too costly. Really good in some decks, though, I imagine. If you're playing against a bunch of low toughness creatures, low curve, slam that down if you survive that long. Let's see what we get in pack number 2. If I can pick up the cards. There we go. Horse token. Good foil, God Pharaohs. Something, Faithful. Our rare is an Angel of Condemnation, which is pretty sweet rare. But unfortunately we're not in the colours to play that, really. I mean, we could move into white, essentially. We're still not set on black or blue at this point. So we probably could have taken it here. I've got the Gilded guy at the front. Burning Fist Minotaur, I really like that card. Especially if we're playing an aggro deck. Seems perfectly reasonable. Turn 2, 2-1 with First Strike, and you can pump it. I mean, it's a solid attacker, it's a solid blocker. I mean, it dies to basically anything in terms of, you know, burn spells or -1/-1 counters, but aside from that, very good early game card, I would say. I value that card quite highly anyway, which is why I picked it. Seems good with the rest of the stuff I already have. Pack number 2. Lethal Sting there. Overcome, very strong card, but we're not really in green. We've not had any green cards yet. Without Weakness there, not something I really want early. I think Lethal Sting seems to be the only card in the pack that's really helpful to us. Marauding Bone Slasher or whatever it's called isn't bad either. 3 for 3/3. But Lethal Sting, solid removal card. Seems good. That's why I took it. I don't know if it is good, but it seemed good at the time. As I say, I don't know this set very well. I've not looked into the cards much. I've not had much time to do so, but we gave it a go. Sort of going in blind almost. I do know a little bit about the set, but not too much. Just waiting on the next pack here. So again, we took another black card, so it's definitely looking likely we're going to move into red-black at this point. But it depends what we see in the next few picks. See if we can solidify our second colour, really. Here we go then, the next pack. What's our pick going to be? Just waiting on others to make the picks. You don't want to pile up the packs. So we really need some more creatures at this point. We've hardly drafted any creatures. So let's see what we get. Nice rare there, Earthshaker Kenra. Goes well with our aggro plan, if that's what we go with. I don't think I even looked at that back card. Razaketh something. Puncturing Blow, Grizzly Survivors. Puncturing Blow, good removal again, but I already have one. Razaketh's right. Oh, that's it. That's the tutor. Not something I want. I take the Earthshaker Kenra. It's a rare. It's 2 mana, 2/1 haste. Stop something blocking. Seems fairly good, and it has Eternalize, so I can bring it back as a 4/4 and stop something blocking. So seems good in an aggro deck, that's for sure. Not the best, as again it can die to everything, but Scrounger of Souls here, brought to the front. I think I probably should have gone with the Rat, just because it's a really solid blocker. Hour of Revelation is an interesting card, but again we're not in white. Scrounger of Souls is what I take in the end. I feel like the lifelink and the overall body of that card is pretty decent. I don't know if I actually ended up playing that or not. I think I probably did. Seems solid enough. Tough choice there between that and the rat, I think, but I feel like that card just gives me more potential value in the match. Another Razakev's right there. Definitely don't want that card. Another Traveler's Amulet. Not really much in this pack for us. Traveler's Amulet maybe. We already have one though. I don't think we really need a second. I think I take the Titan here. I think we have solidified ourselves black, red at this point. And I'm still looking at the blue cards because we're not 100%, but I take the Titan there. Not a great card, not something I particularly like very much, but it does have cycling. Quite costly at 2 to cycle though, but it's still a fairly decent card. Good late game beater, and I can cycle it if I need to. We don't have to play it obviously at this point either. Still got most of pack 2 and a whole third pack to go, so no guarantee we will be playing it. But, you know, solid curve topper if we need it. Just waiting on the next pack. Firebrand Archer there. Good card in aggro, especially with all the removal we've picked up. Not really much in this pack for us. Lots of green cards going around at this point, but Manalith, also an interesting card, but I don't think we really need that. So we take the Archer. The Archer seems pretty good. Another 2-drop. We want our curve to be pretty low, because we're going fairly aggro, it looks like. Next pack here, Gilded Ceridon. Without weakness. I think I'll take that here. I don't really want another high-costed creature at this point. I want low-costed stuff, and this has cycling, and it lets me keep a creature alive if I want to. Could block with something and then still have it alive. Potentially. What have we got in this pack? Another Without Weakness. Nothing else really hitting us there. Lots of blue again. Probably should have gone blue. Another Overcome in this pack as well. Would have been good if we'd gone green. Thorned Moloch, an interesting card. Pretty low in the curve as well. Puncturing Blow, another removal spell, and an Ambuscade as well. So plenty of Ambuscades and Puncturing Blows going around. I take the Puncturing Blow there. I like the idea of having a bunch of removal. So I can play creatures early, 2 and 3 drops mostly, and then play on my removal to keep the board clear if I need to. Take the Ruin Rat here, solid 2-drop again with a 1/1 Death Touch. People don't want to block that thing. You attack with a 1/1. They don't want to lose their 2/2 creature to it, or 3/3 creature, or whatever it is they have, so it lets you get in for extra damage. Or you can hold it back on defense and block something ginormous. But it also dies to basically everything, because it's only got 1 toughness. I didn't actually see what I picked there, sorry. Manalith for a bunch of green stuff. I take the Manalith. At this point, I don't think I'm really going to be splashing anything, but there's 1 card in there for us, the Ceridon. So we got the Ceridon anyway. And a Seer of the Last Tomorrow is the final pickup. So I think we're definitely cemented black-red. Very solid aggro deck forming here, I think. Quite a nice low curve with a few nice toppers. As I say, I don't think I end up playing the Chaos more. I think that's just far too top end for us. So the top end cards I do end up playing are the ones with sort of cycling and stuff. So even if I can't play them at the time, I have some use for them. Because we want to get stuff out quick, and we want to remove everything else on the other side of the table and just beat in. That's what we want to be doing. So we picked up quite a lot of nice creatures in that pack as well, so not looking too shabby right now. Let's see what we can get in this third pack. Of course, the third pack is an Arm and Ket pack. Lots of good stuff in here. Hoping for a Glory Bringer, of course. That would be perfect for us right now. Let's see what we get. Impeccable timing on the top. Not a bad white card there. And our rare is a Liliana's Mastery. Doesn't really fit with our plan as such, in terms of we have no zombies as such, but a very, very strong rare. I mean, you get 6 power for 5 mana, essentially. And if I eternalize anything, they come back as zombies, obviously. So, thinking about the Merciless Javelineer here, definitely a very strong card as well. But I think ultimately I go with Liliana's Mastery, just because the other card is a multicolour card, black-red. I'm chancing my arm here and thinking, you know what? There's a good chance that will come back to me, because there's probably not many black-red drafters at the table, so I ship it along and I take the Liliana's Mastery. It's just such a strong card. Definitely don't want to pass that on. So we had a cartouche there, a couple of cartouches, very nice. Not in our colours, unfortunately. Trial of Zeal. Now that's a nice card. Another removal spell, essentially. Hoping to pick up a cartouche after this. Either the black cartouche or the red cartouche. That would be very good. But 3 mana, deal 3 damage to something. Seems good. And would be even better if we can pick up a cartouche. So I take the trial. Don't think there's really much competition there. Got a whole bunch of removal at this point. Here we go. River Serpent, nice card. Gust Walker still in the pack. Blighted Bat. Fits with the zombie theme if we have the Liliana's Mastery out. Bontu's Monument as well, for the drain effect, but not all that useful. 3 mana is a lot of mana for us to waste a turn doing not much. Blood License Sighter as well if we want to go full on aggro. I'll take the Blighted Bat here, I believe. I haven't had any creatures with flying or reach, so I felt like it was a pretty good idea to have at least something in my deck that can block a flying creature or something. So we take the Blighted Bat. Plus it works well with the Liliana's Mastery if we have that. More here. Desert. Stinging Shot. Ronus's Monument. Not useful. Well, Ronus's Monument is actually still pretty good. And then, for some reason, Insult to Injury still in the pack. Now, this card is absolutely bonkers and limited. As I say, this is only my 5th draft I've ever done, but I've seen people play draft of Arm and Ket before, and Insult to Injury always seems like an absolute beating, so I snap picked that. Goes straight into my aggro plan as well, so perfect pickup for us there. Especially if we cast both sides at the same time. Not only do you deal double damage for the turn, you deal 4 damage to the player, and you deal 4 damage to a creature, so you remove something, you deal a ton of damage to the opposing player, and if you attack with stuff, you deal double damage that way as well, so just a bonkers card. Soul Stinger there. Not really much else in the pack for us. No red cards of interest. Soul Stinger's pretty decent though. Lets us play around with -1/-1 counters. Not ideal for our deck as such, but certainly a solid creature. Let's see what else we can pick up in the final pack here. Just waiting for the pack to be passed to us. Here we go. Another Desert. Unwavering Initiate. Reduce to Rubble. Bloodlust Inciter. Pitiless Vizier. Manticore the Gauntlet. I really like that card. But again, very high casting cost, and we don't really want that many in this deck. We're going low. Casting cost, we're going a low curve. It's a toss-up between the two here. Does basically have a burn spell on a stick though, so it's pretty strong. I think I actually take the Manticore. Yeah, I do. I take the Manticore here. I really rate that card highly. I value it quite highly. So I took it. 3 damage on a stick is always good. And it's a solid body. Merciless Javenier has reached its way back to us. So I take that very solid card. Pay 2, discard a card, put a -1/-1 counter on something. It's just ridiculous. You can do it in combat, you can do it whenever you like. Bloodlust and Sire is the pickup here, I believe. Horror of the Broken Lands isn't bad, it has cycling. But as I say, we want to keep our curve quite low, and also we can give something haste then. So we could drop something, give it haste, attack in with it perhaps. So I think I take the Bloodlust and Sire here. Plus I think we already have enough high mana cost creatures at this point. Another Bloodlust and Sire there. A Miasmic Mummy. Fits the zombies theme, I guess, with the Liliana's Mastery, but I don't really want to discard cards in an aggro deck. Especially when not playing blue to get any of that back. I think I took the Miasmic Mummy there, actually. Maybe I thought I didn't need 2 Bloodlust and Sires. So that's what I took. Nerve Crop Entangler, I think. Another 2-drop. Or do I take the Monument? I might take the Monument here, actually. I don't know why. I think I take the Monument. I think the idea was that I was going to be casting it and then giving everything trample to get the last bits of damage I needed or whatever, but I think on retrospect I would have took the Nerve Crop Entangler. Another solid 2-drop. But I think I take the Monument here. I don't think I end up playing it, mind you. I think I cut it from the deck. You can see me debating with myself here. Nerve Crop Entangler, not the best creature, but it is has trample. Can get in for some damage if you exert it. But I take the Monument there. I thought I did. I think it's just a bit too slow for our deck. Not much in this pack for us. I think I take Violent Impact just as a sideboard card in case anyone has any crazy artifacts or something. Don't think I ever had to sideboard that in, mind you. By Force, not a card we want. And there's another Bloodlust and Sire, or a Pitiless Vizier. I think I take the Bloodlust and Sire here. I don't think I want the Pitiless Vizier. It's just the 4/2, the 2 toughness is just not great. Doesn't allow it to attack in very easily without just trading with 2 drops and stuff like that. So we take the Bloodlust and Sire. I'm getting down on the last few picks here. Desert Celadon's not a bad pickup. Another curve topper if we need it. Plus it has cycling. The last card is an Arm Crop Crasher, so we know there's no one playing green-white, that's for sure. A quick look through what we got there. I think we ended up with a pretty solid black-red deck there. I think the draft went okay in the end. It looked a bit ropey at the start, but we did okay. So there we go. Let's have a look at what we ended up with. So here you can see the deck that we've finished up on. Nice black-red aggro deck there. Can you guess where we came with this deck? Well, we went 3-0. We won the draft with this. Very solid deck. Do I think I drafted perfectly? Of course not. No, there's lots of mistakes. I probably shouldn't have even been black-red. With that Kefnet's Last Word going around, I probably should have moved into blue. There's a lot of blue going around. But I stuck with the black-red for some reason, and that's what we ended up with. And we ended up winning the draft, going 3-0 with it. So I barely dropped a game. I think I lost 1 game the entire draft. It was just an absolute beating. I was just killing everything people were playing. I was getting in a lot of early damage. I had a couple of nice curve toppers to finish it off if I needed to. just a nice deck. Just a very solid, nice deck. So there we go. I hope you're enjoying the video. This is the first of the 2 Hour of Devastation drafts I recorded. I'll have the second one coming up in a few days once I've had time to edit it, once I've had time to record the voiceover and all that stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button if you did. Subscribe to the channel for plenty more Magic the Gathering goodness. And yeah, just a quick reminder, I'll be at GP Birmingham as well. So if any of you watchers out there want to meet up at GP Birmingham, do a draft or some sealed or something like that, or just want to hang out, play some standard or whatever, let me know and we can sort something out. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and as always, I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.